So, hi team. It is a pleasure to talk to you about this emotional, heartwarming, and heartbreaking as well documentary. So, let me start with you, Natalie. How did you get together with Angela to work on the documentary, and how did you manage to balance your visual or cinematic style coming from the world of music videos with this type of narrative?
Great question. So at the time, I had been really dedicating my career to young women's stories, but I was struggling with the way that female empowerment was sort of talking down to young girls and sort of putting this onus on them to be something bigger or more. And I just was something was stirring inside of me about that not being quite right. And I told this to my best friend, and she sent me this TED Talk the very next day. And it was Angela's TED Talk. And she said these words that I felt like were inside of me, and she just was able to articulate them, and it really rang a bell for me. And it was like the wisdom lives inside of these girls, and they know what they need, not only for themselves but for their family. And I really believe that healing and vision can come from young people. So I think I took that just core belief and shared it with Angela, and she let me come to Richmond, Virginia and meet her. And we were just so aligned with how we could tell the story really uniquely from the girls' perspectives.
Mhm.
And that it wasn't about the jail. It wasn't another prison film. It wasn't about that kind of like rehabilitation. It was really all about the change that can happen in the world if we listen to young women. So we kind of set off to do that. And then each of those girls, for me, really helped inform the type of cinematic style we would develop. My cinematographer also had a music video background, and I'd studied music and dance. So I think there was a natural musical, lyrical quality and sensibility to the way that we both could communicate and see images come to life. And then we would sort of bring that and let the girls really inform the shot choices and styles.
Thank you for that. So, Miss Patton, you wear many hats as speaker, activist, now filmmaker. So, how, as a father of a 10-year-old daughter, how has this project changed your life since you began developing it? The daughter's documentary specifically.
Yes, just making sure that I stay the course of continuing, the initiative to strengthen families. It started specifically in my own backyard, Richmond, Virginia, where I'm from, because I was able to, have a program where we actively listen to the needs of Black girls. But the film has now allowed us, and I say us because I work directly with Chad in this initiative, to expand and leverage the Date with Dad program, and also to bring awareness around some of the harmful practices that are happening around visitation. So the film has allowed me to also learn, right? Because I knew that what the girls needed, but I really wasn't clear about how the system was, destroying. Things that you hear, but when you actually are able to have interviews and have deeper conversations with those who are directly impacted, and also have access to people who are in the jail and prison, you understand, what our families and our society really needs to close these gaps. And so the film has brought that to light, but it's also reminded me that although I have many hats, I believe more will be built on top of my head. There's more
Excellent.
more to do.
Excellent. Thank you for that. So, Chad, my time is running up. So, quickly, with the excellent results that the Date with That program has been having, what are the plans to expand it to other cities, states, or maybe even countries?
Well, that is something that this is an impact work that we're doing. The film captures that. So as Angela said, the film is a tool to be able to leverage it making sense to other people, because again, they have to invite us in to say this is something that they want to have happen, because they see the power and the value of the population they serve. Even if it's an incarcerated population, these are still their, in turn, their constituents too. So wanting them to bring it into the space is really something that's an ongoing conversation. That's part of the plans that Angela and the team are really working on developing, but it has to be done in an organic way, in a very careful way, because it's not something you create a toolkit for and send it out and have people do it on their own, because this is something that was created over the course of time, naturally organic, born from the girls' interest, while I was already doing work on the inside, So we need that type of synergy to continue and grow it.
Thank you again. You all deserve all the recognition. Love the documentary. So it is a beautiful piece, and lots of success with it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.